showtime.
Hey, everybody in the DDL universe or galaxy or whatever we're calling it. We're taking the week off. I hope you're having a happy holidays. Hope you had a great Christmas and hope you're going to have a great New Year. So here's a collection of all of our awesome stuff and all kinds of hodgepodge, plus some fresh stuff, a couple hot takes. Strap yourselves in and enjoy the ride, and happy holidays.
Hello, Dukes. This is TK here, wishing you and your listeners a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Dynamite Download has been a tremendous supporter of All Elite Wrestling, consistently producing positive content about our company and helping spread that positivity all over the IWC. While many podcasts are quick to get views for negativity and trolling, DDL has remained a beacon of realistically positive insights and recaps of AEW and ROH. We have grown considerably, and although, as you have pointed out, we've had some ups and downs, you have been part of this growth as we head into 2024 and all in at Wembley Stadium. So thank you, SPD, Crayfish, and Mindrunner, and all of the DDL fans for your continued support. Justified chance of this is awesome for DDL, and tune in to AEW Collision this Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on TNT, where the Continental Classic concludes, and Thunder Rosa teams with Abaddon to take on Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Or is it Black? Not sure anymore. Anyways, on behalf of the locker room and staff at AEW, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
SPD here, everybody. You know, the captain of Team Babyface. And we're talking all things Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. And he is going to be the leader of Team Babyface come 2024. It has been, over the last few months, he has been on, his stock is rising higher than ever, and the crowd is seeing it. The crowd is getting behind it from his amazing entrance with Prince Nana, the Mogul Embassy, the whole package. Swerve Strickland is going to be the next AEW champion. He's going to be the main event of Wembley Stadium. You know, we're still about 8 months away from that, but Swerve's house is going to turn into Wembley Stadium's house, and it is going to be a fun journey that we're going to go on with the babyface Swerve Strickland. He's going to maybe fight it for a little while, but it's just going to be a natural transition that we're going to see Swerve Strickland moving over to Team Babyface with all of his hard work that he's put in, his promos, his in-ring stuff, his storylines, his character development. Everything has paid off for the guy. And then the gold at the end of the rainbow, Swerve Strickland with the AEW World Championship around his waist coming 2024. That's it. SPD's hot take. It's going to happen. And it's going to be Swerve's house in AEW, and we're all going to be living in it.
Wait a minute! By God, it's Crayfish! It's Crayfish! Running to the ring like a scalded dog! Cray 316!
Whose house? Swerve's house. Man, if you listen to AEW, you watch AEW television, every time Swerve's on screen, this dude is getting the crowd to go absolutely bonkers, right? Watched last night, and we're watching Roosh and Swerve tear it up, and the entire crowd was just absolutely eaten out of the palm of their hands. Everybody is on board. The year of 2024 is going to be Swerve's year. Totally get it, and I understand why my guy SPD is eager to get him on Team Babyface, because he's insanely popular right now, insanely over. The man is just hit batting 1,000, as I like to say. I get it, but I'm not going to let you do what you did to MJF and to Britt Baker. As soon as you took them over onto Team Babyface, I'm sorry to say, just not hitting the same, right? Swerve is not a man that needs to go full babyface, guys. It's just not something that needs to happen. Think about it, all right? This is the guy who broke into another man's home, cut a promo over his newborn child in their crib, okay? Smashed that same dude in the back of the head with a cinder block, all right? This is not a good dude, all right? And I know he's got the greatest dance in the world, the greatest theme song. This dude is on fire. I get it. Crowd is eating him up. And it's tempting to want to make a guy like that a babyface. Totally get it. But not Swerve. Not this time. You ain't taking the top heel and watering him down until he becomes unrecognizable. And unfortunately, that's what's happened all too often in the past. Don't do it. Let them be who they are. Let them be that bad guy. Lean into it, and you won't regret it. Whose house? Cray's house. Swerve's house, baby. Let's go.
2023 was sort of a mixed bag for AEW. There were some real highs, and there were some not so highs. But there were some awesome moments throughout the year that I still feel like AEW, despite some of its challenges and its punks, it had an overall solid year. But of course, I wouldn't be an armchair booker myself if I didn't have my own opinions on how things should have happened. And being a human, I have to admit nobody's perfect, and there were some things that I got wrong. And I'd like to address them now. Here are 5 things that I got majorly wrong this year about AEW.
Number 5.
The Continental Classic. When Tony Khan announced that there was going to be another tournament, I don't think I was the only one rolling their eyes. In fact, the last thing I felt like we needed, when the storylines and several of the characters were kind of all over the place, a tournament didn't seem like the solution. In fact, I felt like it muddled everything a lot more than it should have. But it turns out the Continental Classic not only turned out to be very exciting, but actually reinvigorated several superstars and really set up a lot of different storylines that's going to make 2024 an even more intriguing year for AEW. For example, if you look at the way that the setup, where it's a point system versus a single eliminator tournament, the members themselves, there wasn't any jobbers in this field. You had Andrade, Moxley, Bryan Danielson, Brody King, and of course, Swerve. But the Continental Classic was a very pleasant surprise, and I think it surprised all of us, and it's continuing to be exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing who actually comes out on top, and it might be a surprise. So here we go.
Number 4.
If you told me last year that Jeff Jarrett was going to be one of the best things about AEW, I probably would have been tempted to smack you. But here we are, where Jeff Jarrett is actually one of the most entertaining characters in AEW. Now, lately we haven't seen much of him, but he still makes his presence known. So many of his feuds this year, especially the feud with Mark Briscoe, Jeff Jarrett has become one of those people. I hate to say it, but I miss him. And he really makes his time on the screen worth the time. He puts great people over. He knows his role. He knows his place. And he's been very enjoyable to watch on the screen.
Number 3.
I was really pumped up for the women's division to finally get this really solid storyline of the Outcasts versus the OGs. It really seemed like with Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker on one side that we were going to get them pitted against the likes of Ruby Soho, Saraya, and Toni Storm. But we never got that payoff. And I really feel like we kind of got cheated with that. Now, I want to keep this positive and inspirational because we did get an incredible gimmick out of Toni Storm. Her timeless Toni is tremendous. But I do feel like we should have had that blow off before Tony Storm. Yeah, granted, Jamie Hayter got injured, but I think we could have really played up a replacement wrestler. We had Sheeta. You could have brought in Willow. You could have brought in Sky Blue before she turned into this gothic hoodlum. You could have had a lot of fun with it, and it would have been a great opportunity to even perhaps bring in Thunder Rosa and have that tension. Can she coexist with Britt Baker? I feel like we lost an opportunity, but alas, it doesn't seem like we're going to get that as Timeless Tony Storm continues to be timeless, and Saraya tries to be a cock blocker to Ruby Soho and Cool Hand Ange.
Number 2.
Well, we saw a lot of tag teams thrown together, and I can't believe I'm going to say this because in 2019 and 2020, AEW was known primarily for its solid tag team division. I don't think that can be said right now. There's some tremendous trios and there's a lot of singles talent, but a lot of the tag teams seem to have disappeared. However, I was pleasantly surprised with the team of Ricky Starks and Big Beal. I didn't think they would click at all. In fact, I actually started thinking this was just going to be a thrown together temporary appeasement to appease Ricky Starks now that he was no longer feuding with CM Punk. What it blossomed into is, in my opinion, the second coming of Shawn Michaels and Diesel. Ricky Starks is great on the mic, and so is Bill. They have a great chemistry together. They work well together, both in the ring and in their promos. I see there's a genuine friendship that's building. Just the fact that Ricky Starks was surprised to find out that Big Bill is engaged to Lexi Nair. I think this is a team that needs to last for quite a while, and I'm excited to see where they go. I hope they retain at World's End, but I want to see this kind of friendship go. And like I said, it's a second coming of Shawn Michaels and Diesel.
Number 1.
All right. When Juice Robinson first came to AEW, I was not impressed. I'm like, who's this goat-faced dude running around trying to be a badass? I was not that familiar with him from New Japan. I knew he was connected with Bullet Club or whatever, but I hadn't really seen anything that impressed me. I also heard rumors of Jay White, and I've seen some of his early stuff, but again, Jay White just seemed like another person coming in, taking away a spot that belonged to a homegrown AEW talent. Boy, was I wrong about Bullet Club Gold. They are the faction on Collision, if not the entire AEW. Now, granted, Juice is out a little bit. He's kind of the heart and soul of the whole thing, but adding the Gun Club to Bullet Club Gold has been such a tremendous positive. The four of them together are one of the most entertaining factions that we have. Their intros, their that circle around montage with the camera, the steady cam, the guns themselves are destined for tag team gold again. I think this elevates all four of them with even with Card Blade and all the antics that they have. This has been one of those moments where I have been so glad I was wrong. Juice Robinson is one of the most entertaining characters ever to get on AEW. And his wife as well. Jay White has been a tremendous leader, and I feel like the Guns have elevated. And if you notice, they're no longer getting the ass boy chance like they used to. So Bullet Club Gold to me is my number one thing. I am so glad I got wrong because they are a joy to have. What are some of the things that you feel like you got wrong or were pleasantly surprised with AEW this past year? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, please make sure you subscribe and tune in to Dynamite Download every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I am Mind Runner, and keep it too sweet.
It's like back then it was always about protecting the business, and I still want to protect it in a way because I love wrestling. Wrestling itself is fun. Wrestling is challenging. Wrestling, you need to be a creative. I've always said that wrestling, why I fell in love with it so much, it has everything I love. It's a sport. It's drama. It's like being in a movie. It's being a character. It's being creative in your gear, in your promos, it's everything all in one thing. And I want people to understand that, wrestling is not a circus kind of. It still has a bad reputation sometimes, like, oh, wrestling fans are weird, or wrestlers are like losers or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, like being a wrestler is hard because you have to think about all those things. And we're really like stunt women in front, and actors in front of a crowd where there's no take one, take two. It has to be perfect right on the spot.
Live.
It's a live performance, just like being at the theater, but we do our own stunts. Because we also have to create emotions and make sure people in the room feel what we're feeling, the roller coaster of emotions. Like, there's a lot behind just doing one match. Why will a match stand out more than another? Because you lived moments that made you feel something. A move is going to go like, oh, wow. But if you were like legit scared for the person, or you legit like wanted this person to win, you felt something, you're going to remember that match forever.
Exactly.
And that's not everybody can do that. It's a technique. It's a calling. It's so much more than just like going out there and beat the hell out of somebody else.
I hear a lot of criticisms too. Like I actually am getting my 77-year-old mom into wrestling for the first time now. Granted, she always would humor my interest, where she would like she took me to a WWE, actually it was WWF at the time, a match. I actually met Shane Douglas when he was a rocker in training. It was actually kind of cool. I got these looks like a baby. It's really funny, but but she always, it was more like my thing. She really just didn't, but now I'm getting her to watch stuff, and she's just really, and she said, she made a comment. It's like Cirque du Soleil with combat. And I think it's Cirque du Soleil with combat with like a stage Broadway play kind of in there. And like you said, it's one thing to have, and people talk about spot fests and stuff like that. It's one thing to have an exciting, like luchador flippy do, or such a cool power slam or something like that. But when, like, for example, like let's say it's like Lufisto versus Masha Slamovich, and like the first time you tried your power slam, she fought it. The second time you tried, she fought it. But then finally the third time you get it, and the crowd is like, yeah, it's getting that feeling, that crowd. There's so much
building that story, and and getting the crowd into it. You want them to be, the crowd is part of the match. There's the wrestlers, the referee, and the crowd. It's all like a big they all work together. If one of them is not cooperating, it's not working. So everybody has to be involved for it to be a good match.
People have even complained, like people complain about like Aubrey Edwards or Bryce Rumsberg, why is the ref acting like this? They're trying, but to me, tell me if you disagree, but I think they're, like you said, they're as much a part of the match as everything. And
they're part of the match. The only thing is they can't, there's a limit not to, you can't go overboard, because you want the wrestlers to tell their story.
Yeah.
That the referee is selling the move too, because it looks painful. That's fine. It's a natural human emotion. That when someone falls, we'll go like, oh, it's normal. We'll just do it. But if you're like overdoing it, and now and the focus of the crowd is not on the wrestler, it goes only to the ref while they're doing something else, then it's wrong. So there's that line you don't cross. But a good referee will do like the little subtle kind of, oh God, like, oh, better you than me.
Yeah.
But there's that limit though. Sometimes it's just too much.
And good comments. remember, you are not alone. Catch full episodes every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. To tag or not to tag? That is the question. WWE announced several releases today, including Mustafa Ali, Shelton Benjamin, and Nick Nemeth, aka Dolph Ziggler. Several of these talents have publicly tweeted their thanks to WWE and their bright sights on their future. Also, thousands of fans, including many talents outside of WWE, have been tweeting out their own fantasy bookings of where they want to see their released talents go next. But there seems to be a swell of finger waggers chastising fans for fantasy booking released wrestlers and even having the gall to tag them and say thanks or where they'd like to see them go next. They argue, how dare you tag anyone in this terrible emotional time on Twitter when they've been released by WWE? How disgusting. To that, I have to say, what the are you talking about? See, wrestlers choose their level of engagement on Twitter. Sure, corporate mandates that they promote the show for the night or that they have a Twitter account. Just like the rest of us, though, they're people and they can decide how much involved they are on Twitter or not. Those that don't use Twitter are much likely won't use the app enough to see everyone tagging them. And those who do can choose which to read and which to not read. I don't think it's as much of an issue as people are making it. And how do we know they don't like it? The wrestlers who do this for the love of the game, they do it for the fans. Even the heels love talking shit at fans at shows. How is Twitter any different? Well, you can't smell on Twitter, so that's a plus. Sure, it's messed up for a troll to tag somebody when they're being mean, but how is it a problem tagging someone on Twitter to show them love and support and to be excited about where they're going to go next? I don't think it's the same thing. And finally, do you know what's worse than thousands of strangers tagging you and thank you in fantasy booking posts on Twitter? When no one does. Sure, being let go from WWE probably does suck a lot, but it's not so bad with how elevated and diverse the pro wrestling landscape has become. We're in a pro wrestling renaissance. AEW, Impact, NWA, even the indies. Look at Matt Cardona and Steph DeLander, what they've done with their careers. WWE is no longer the monopoly. There are legit opportunities out there for released talent. It's not AEW or bust. But imagine being released from WWE and nobody cared. Not even the trolls. Nobody. I would think that's worse. And the bottom line is that to have any success in this business, one must have a thick skin. Wrestlers are used to having fan interaction. They're grown people, and I'm sure they can take it. They don't need white knights feigning disgust at fans, fantasy booking, or tagging them in thank you posts. They've probably already moved on and are looking at their next gig. So unless a talent says, stop tagging me, go on and tag them on Twitter. Tell them how much you appreciate them and where you hope to see them next. Of course, this is just my opinion. I could be wrong. What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. Do you think it's wrong to tag wrestlers that have been released on Twitter, or just tagging wrestlers in general? Is there a difference between tagging them to show your love and support versus trolling? What are your thoughts? Is it disgusting to tag people on this day of terror and horrible emotional damage? Or do you think that maybe these wrestlers have a thick enough skin and are grown enough to have it handled, and they don't need white knights? Let me know. And of course, let's just enjoy wrestling. Let's have fun, respect each other, and keep it too sweet.
We do that as well. We want to, Crayfish and I had a little surprise for Mind Runner, and we wanted to on air live officially see if you wanted to be part of Team Dynamite Download as a full-time Duke Trios Duke. Mind Runner is Dynamite Download.
Will you be?
Whoa!
Our third member of Dynamite Download.
I think for sure. Long overdue, Mind. For sure.
You see, here's the problem. You guys think you know me. You guys think you know me. You think you know me. I've already started my own channel for wrestling. I've started my own hot takes. I've started my own armchair booking. I've been a wrestling fan for longer than you guys were in diapers. And that's why tonight my answer is yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to pull the old Moxley.
I like the promo. I like the promo.
Hey, guys,
Great
I'm honored
promo,
to be
man.
the third Duke. That's awesome.
That's right.
I am all
cheers to
Dynamite.
We love
Cheers
it,
to that. Cheers.
Long overdue, brother.
Woo-hoo!
Long overdue.
We've been wanting to do that
We
for a while
appreciate
now,
you, man.
but you know, with shows and like getting us all together and the timing and all that. So, but man, we love you, bro. It's been great, and
Love you too.
we're gonna have a lot of fun moving forward as official
Yes, sir.
trios. Mind Runner is
Yeah,
Dynamite
huge-
Download.
Huge part of what we're doing here, man, as far as
Well,
keeping this thing going.
Hey, hold on a second. I gotta say, wait a second. How in the world can you congratulate Mind Runner and not bring me into this mix? I mean, I'm supposed to be part of the Dynamite Download. I'm rock hard. How can you be a Dynamite without being rock hard? Well, congratulations, Mind Runner. You belong with these guys. Go be a dork at Dynamite while we are the real cool guys.
Guns up.
Guns up. Yeah, guns up. Hey, that's awesome. Cheers to
Dynamite
that.
up.
Fantastic.
Cheers, brother.
Dynamite.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't know if I agree that we're in the golden age of women's
Okay.
wrestling. Because on the one hand, do I feel like we've come a very long way from the Brian Benton matches? Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
And do I feel like maybe in terms of the pool of the talent that's out there, we're in the
Mhm.
golden age? Yes, absolutely, 100%. And especially like the media recognizes that too. This year we saw Pro Wrestling Illustrated, instead of doing a women's top 150, now it's top 250, because there's just a lot of women who are doing great, who are killing it on the scene. And like you said, in terms of talent currently, absolutely on par with the men, 100%. Like I couldn't, like, there's no loss of quality when it comes to women's wrestling at all. But there's always a but.
But
Unfortunately for the big companies, unfortunately for the big leagues, the women's matches are still the popcorn match, and it's a very mild, nice way to put it. The popcorn match, I say the pee break match, because like one thing that I do as a woman and as someone who advocates for women's wrestling, whatever show it is, whatever promotion it is, I make a point to never leave during the women's match, because a lot of people will. Because
Yeah.
well, if I can pick another one to get popcorn during, I will do it. So I try to stay in the building during the women's match. But one thing that I've noticed that the big companies do, and we're not going to name drop, but we both know what companies I'm referring to.
Mhm.
A lot of
There's
the
an
time
elite
they would
one, and
do-
there's a wrestling
not
entertainment
only
one.
is the yeah, there's the entertaining one. That's mostly the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the time, not only will the women's match on the card, and I say the women's match on the card because mostly it's
Yeah.
one women's match on the card. So most of the time, not only will the women's match on the card be the one that's had the least build and the one where the stakes are the lowest. So how can you blame a fan for leaving the room for that match in particular? But one thing I've noticed that I really hate is that a lot of the time those bigger promotions would put the women's match in the P-break spot in the card.
Yes.
They will put it after a title match. They will put it after a very intense long match. Like, you can't treat women's matches like that, give them the least build, give them the least time, give them the least importance, and put them in the P-break spot in the card, and then be like, well, look at that. People don't want to watch it. People are leaving. It doesn't work like that. You can't turn it on the fans. It is not the fans' fault. There's always, in building something and in promoting something that might be less popular, there's always sacrifice. You always have to maybe cut a men's match. You maybe cut it a little shorter, or maybe be prepared that the ratings will drop a little bit when you start building the women's storylines, but then they'll go back up because they will gain more importance. Like, it's always something that has to be done in terms of, like, you can't just go like this and everything brings you money. When you try to build a marginalized talent, you have to put certain sacrifice in it. And another thing is, like, the percentage of women's matches. Like I said, it's still very much so for not even just for the larger promotions. For most promotions, it will be one women's match on the show. And also, as much as I advocate for intergender wrestling, I absolutely love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Sometimes the promoters will even put an intergender match on the card and treat it as a reason to ditch a fully women's match. That's another thing that happens. But even with that, like, I've also, like, as a journalist, I've been to press conferences and including those larger companies, and I've asked this question, and this question gets evaded most of the time. I ask in pretty simple terms, like, are we, can we expect a fairer percentage of matches on the show when it comes to women's matches versus men's matches? And the answer that I'm usually given is, well, yeah, we're trying to build women's storylines. We're putting it as main events when it makes sense. And it has to make sense, and there has to be a story. Well, whose job it is? It's their job to make it make sense.
Always remember, you are not alone. Catch full episodes every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. That's cool. Well, now
Break us down.
you guys
What you got prepared for us?
The gift of stress and panic and truly challenging
competition.
your wrestling understanding. Here we go.
Let's do it.
This is we haven't got official names, so in the chat you guys can come up with a possible name, whatever this, but it's kind of like name that tune. It's like name that pop. I don't know, because I have compiled 3 sets of 7. So you're gonna, on your paper, you're gonna want 3 columns of 7.
All right.
There are 3 different categories. There's
Two
and what we're going to
teachers
do is
and
I'm going to play the first 5 seconds of a wrestler's theme, and you're going to have to write down the wrestlers that you think belongs to that theme, or wrestlers, because there's some tag teams in here.
Okay.
And I've got the 3 categories are AEW wrestlers, past or present. There's WWE, that's pretty much the Attitude Era.
Okay.
But then there's the challenging section is WWF classic 80s, 90s.
All right.
So there's some of that. Now, and then if there is a tie, at the end of all this, then I've got a sudden death challenge, and it's the first of you, the two of you that can name what the song, who the wrestler is, will ultimately win. So what we're gonna do is we'll do the first set of 7, and then I'll reveal the answers, and then you guys tell me your points, and then we'll do the second set and third set. You ready?
All right. No cheating, SPD.
Ready.
Listen, audience members, you can join in.
We'll show up our answers. We'll show our answers after we write them down.
Yeah, you'll show your answers.
After the 7.
All right, here we go. So we're going to start off with AEW. This is the AEW list. This is entrance number 1. It played a little more. All right. That was entrance number 1.
Don't get Craig excited.
All right,
I knew that one.
Entrance number 2.
Oh.
All right. All right, I'll wait for you.
All
right. You ready, Craig?
Yep.
All right. Entrance number 3. All right. That was entrance number 3.
Don't know that one.
All right. You ready for number 4?
All right.
Yep.
Number 4. Yeah, they get harder after the first.
Damn, man, you're stumping me. I don't know either one of these. All right. I'm bombing.
Number 5.
Oh my god, dude! I am like, this is SPD. I'm gonna have to make it up in WWF
past and
Classic.
Past and present AEW.
Yeah, like I said, this is all-time AEW, past and present. All right, number 6. All right. Let me know if you want to play it again.
Wow.
I don't know that
I am awful at this game.
All right.
All right.
You ready for the last one?
Let's
do
do
it. Number 7, AEW. I'll let one more time.
Wow.
All right, so that's what I'll do going forward. I'll let it loop 3 times, the first 5 seconds. All right, you got your answers in?
All right, I got my answers.
I lost this one.
Craig,
all right, you ready?
Up?
Bad.
Wait, hold them up.
Bad.
Let's just see if you have your answers, Fish. You have them written down?
He's got some notes. You got to guess some of them. Just throw some guesses.
I have no idea.
All right, here we go. All right, number 1. The
Britt Baker.
DMD Britt Baker. The doctor will see you now.
Thank God you gave me that one.
Number 2.
2H2.
H.
Yup.
2. The last of the true hybrids.
Yup.
I put TH2 / Angelico.
H. Yep. 2. There we go.
I missed that one, man.
Yep.
I missed that.
All right. Number 3. SBD. Do you know this one? Did you know number 3? What'd you put for number 3?
You said you knew it.
Top Flight. That is correct.
Wow.
Top Flight.
Good job.
Excellent job.
What'd you say, Craig?
I didn't have it. I just put a blank.
There we go.
Literally from 2 down, I know none of them. So I'm done.
I took a couple guesses.
All right. Number 4. SPD, what'd you put?
A go-go? A go-go?
A go-go. That is correct.
Wow.
Anthony
Play that one again. Play that again.
All right. This is Anthony Agogo.
That's the London Bells.
Plays. Yep. The 4 bells before.
Wow. Well done.
Okay. Number 5. This one. I went deep on this one. This one was I meant to stump you guys. If you got it, I'm gonna be impressed. SPD. Here, I'll play it again.
I said Joey Janela.
Nope. Craig.
Oh, what's that dark guy from England
Nope.
that used to be with
Nope.
Kip Sabian?
Oh, you mean
I don't know.
Oh, I know who you're talking
the
about.
guy
It's
kicked
not
out.
him.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
him.
what was his name? What was
Yeah,
his
Johnny
name? though?
Rotten. No.
Big
Johnny
shit,
Rotten,
Paul
yeah.
White.
Yeah. No, this I went deep on this one. So I understand. It would have been impressed if you guys got it. That was the Natural Nightmares, QT Marshall,
Oh
and,
my
and Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
no shot.
I got-
I'm
All right,
hoping
all
to
right.
God I
Number
get
First
six.
one wrong.
Wow.
Number 6.
Sean Dean?
Oh God,
The Captain Sean
is that the
Dean.
captain? All right,
I put
I'm
Sean
wrong on
Dean
that
for
one.
7. Look at this. I put Sean
Oh
Dean
my
for
goodness,
7
you put.
as a guess.
I don't know. Should
Wow.
we give him credit? I mean,
I don't have
No.
6, but I don't.
No, I need.
All right.
I got 2 right. I'm failing miserably.
all right.
The
Number
last one I'm gonna
7.
get wrong too.
Number
Go ahead.
7, AEW dropped the ball on potentially the biggest heel in their entire company when they let him go so he could be on The Voice. Marco Stunt.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh, I should have known
I
better.
got-
Should have known better, you Big Marco.
That is brutal.
So, all right.
I'm
So
I'm
let's
in
tally up
trouble.
your
I got-
points.
I got 4 out of 7.
4 out of
I'm-
7,
I
2
am-
out of 7. All right.
All right.
4 to 2.
Wow.
Okay. Now we're going to the Attitude
I'm
Era.
not that good.
All right.
Okay, so Attitude Area, I can do good. Classics, we'll see. All right.
Attitude Era,
Oh,
of
come
course.
on, SPD.
This is Attitude Era.
Oh,
This is not the old school. This is Attitude Era. Anybody that was from the Attitude Era.
all right.
Here we go. All right.
Are you really?
Number 1. This is entrance number 1.
You suck. You suck.
I wish they
All
were
right,
all this
You
easy. My
suck.
God.
All right, number 2.
Good. I like the few easy ones.
All right, number 2.
Ooh.
Okay, there we go.
Come on, Crayfish.
I know
All right.
that one. We all know that one.
All right, that was numbers 1, number 2. All right, number 3.
We all know that one too. I like it.
I used to
all
come out to
drink.
this
It's all
one all the
drink.
time. And
All right. That was number 3. All right, number 4.
oh,
All right.
you know that,
That
Crayfish?
was number,
I do.
all right.
You know that one too.
I didn't
SPD.
think you'd have a chance at
There's
that.
no
Yeah, come
chance
on.
you know that one. There's no
Yeah,
chance. you
Come
know
on.
that.
All right.
Yeah.
Number 5. Number 5.
Okay.
You know that one, SPD?
Yes.
We'll find out.
Somebody's
We'll
car
find
alarm's
out.
going
No.
off, actually. All right, that was number 5. Crayfish, I think you knew that one. He had a big smile on his face. All right. Number 6.
We'll see.
Number 6.
You got some ground to make up. I don't know that one.
Maybe.
Okay. That was number 6. Number 7. This is the last one.
I don't know.
Maybe.
All right, here. That was a deep cut. That last one was
Maybe.
a deep cut. Maybe I don't know.
I just
Wasn't
I
that
might
much
have
of a
that
deep
one.
cut, though.
We'll see.
The
All right.
answers are locked in.
So,
Locked in.
Lock your answers in.
I was hoping you would have done Al Snow. What does everybody want?
All right, now I almost did, and so when we do
Wait,
this
was that
again,
last one?
we play it one more time.
Oh man, I might be overthinking this. I think. Well, my answer's locked in. I think that last one is Randy Orton's original theme, but maybe I'm wrong. But okay,
All right,
let's
you ready?
go. Let's go.
Yep.
Answers locked in.
Locked in. Yep.
Okay, number one. It's true. It's
You
true.
suck.
Kurt Angle.
You suck.
It's damn true.
You suck. You suck.
I played wrong.
We know the next one.
All right,
They
the
still
next
use
one.
that theme song.
Yes, that is the Hardy Boys
Yup.
Well, I think
or
we
Team Extreme. I would have accepted
seconds
Team
at a time.
Extreme.
I don't get demonetized, so 5-second clips is perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And Loaded, I think, is almost. I don't know if Loaded's fair use or not anymore. It was. I don't know. We'll see. All right, number three.
I'm not worried about it.
Number
We know this
three.
one.
The Brood.
The Brood. Excellent. The Brood was number three. All right,
I
number
saw Gangrel
4. There's
wrestle
no chance.
about a year ago. Gangrel wrestle a year ago in some little indie show. I think I sent you guys photos, man. His
Yeah.
knees were like so bent out. It was like painful to watch him
expected.
walk. I was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
it's
Oh, poor
yeah.
guy. Number 4. No chance in
Mac.
hell you got this one.
Vince McMahon.
Vince
Yup.
McMahon.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
And the corporation. I had
That's
that too.
what-
Vince
brother.
McMahon and the
That's right.
corporation. But yes, that's
You got
right.
it,
All right.
pal. All right.
Next one.
Number, what's this? Number
What'd you
5.
put?
5. I put right to censor.
SPD.
I put test.
Nope, that's his right to censor.
Nice. I needed that.
Right to
All right.
censor.
I don't know who's right to censor.
They were
That was
a
Steve-
stable
Steven,
with with
Wasn't
Stevie
it,
Richards.
Ivory,
Stevie
the
Richards.
Good Father,
Yep.
and it was the other guy in there. It was
Okay.
Ivory, Steven
Stephen Richards.
Richards,
The Good
Val
Father.
Venus. Val Venus.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Val
yeah.
Venus. Like yes.
I didn't know.
Yes.
I forget that was their name. I knew they were a stable, but I didn't know.
They were
forgot their
very
name.
PC. They
Yeah.
would be like anti-attitude era. I remember that group. Yep. All right. I
Okay.
like it.
All right.
I needed that one.
Now,
Got
when you
got
hear
it
this
wrong.
music, an ass kicking is coming your way. They're for hire.
Oh man.
A-
AOP.
P. N.
AOP.
Man, I
Ron
put Taz.
Simmons,
Yeah, that's
Hey,
AOP.
yeah,
Fish, I put Taz too.
Bradshaw and Simmons.
I put
You put
Taz,
Taz?
Or
too.
Bradshaw and Fruit.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
What'd
All
you
right,
put?
well-
You put APA?
No, we both put Taz.
I put Taz.
Which is wild.
Taz?
Yeah, but now that you
Yeah.
mentioned the APA, it boom immediately.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense. But
Now,
all right, this last one, I overthought it a little bit. I think.
you know what? All right, what do you think it is now, Craig? What do you think? I'm gonna play it one more time.
For some reason, this makes me think of Randy Orton's original theme song when he came into WWE. But I put down Sean Stasiak.
Nope, not Sean Stasiak. SPD. What'd you put? Let me play it again.
I put Trish Stratus.
Oh, all right. We need a judgment call. This is TNA.
No,
This is Test and Albert
Doesn't
with
count.
their manager, Trish Stratus.
that's not the same thing. That's not the
Half
same
point.
thing.
Half
Come on.
point.
Let's go to
Half
comments.
point.
I mean, what do you think? Should we give
Half
this
point.
test?
No, that's the third
That's
point.
She has come out to this music before, Craig.
Come
has
on,
come out to
bro.
it before
That's not
she was
Trish
her own-
Stratus.
Hey,
That's
you're
the
the
difference.
judge. You're the
That's
judge.
like saying.
All right.
That's like.
I
that's like
almost
saying
feel like you
right
need
to
to say.
censor and Stevie Richards. are the same. Come on.
I don't know about that one. I because technically
All right.
she came out to it.
Oh, if you're gonna.
If she came out
cave
solo
the-
to it,
the-
it's her theme song.
You know that's not what he thought, but whatever. If you want
Well,
to give him his
Hey,
points,
Trish
fine.
Stratus. Read it.
Well-
Hey, read it and weep.
Okay,
Yeah.
SPD. But it's
Oh,
not
no.
Trish Stratus's theme
No.
song. If you
We
want to
got-
play Trish
we got-
Stratus's theme song for you, I will.
Stratusgate. We've got
All right,
Stratusgate right now. All right, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll
see
leave
if
that one
We'll
for
see if it
question
even.
at the
We'll see if
end.
it even plays a role.
Yeah,
we'll see. Yeah,
we'll go on. All right, let's tally up the points.
I'm at 7 total. SPD's probably at what 9, 10
Well, I
now.
got
If you count
4,
your Trish
not
Stratus
include- not
bullshit.
counting- Not
So
counting
4
the Trish Stratus, I have 8 points.
Okay.
And how many do you have, Craig?
7.
7. Okay, here it is. If we didn't count the Trish Stratus, it would be a tie, right? Oh no, you'd be at 9.
I'm still down 1. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All
now
right.
we're going classic WWF themes.
Good.
Here we go. Number 1.
No hints, mine. I know you like to show like through your facial expression.
I'm not doing any hints.
All right. All right.
All right.
2.
Number 2. Number 2. All right, that was number 2. Ready for number 3?
Mm-hmm.
Number 3. All right. That was number 3. Number 4.
This is tough.
I thought I'd do better on this one than I'm doing right now.
All right,
We'll
that was
see.
number 4.
I'm throwing me for a loop.
I'm
My
throwing
childhood is not
darts
vivid
and
as I
darts.
thought it was going to be.
All right, number 5.
These are hard. Oh,
All right, that was number 5. Ready for number 6?
yep.
I got a lot of blank answers. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
All right, that was
Man,
number
my
6.
knees are tough, bro.
That
they are very.
was
tough.
number 6. All right, number 7. Here we go. I might have thrown
That
you
was
all a
number
bone
5.
for this one. Number 7. You ready?
Yeah.
Did we do 6?
Yeah, we did 6. Can we play 6 again?
Yeah. What was
This
5
was
then?
6. This was 6. And this was
All right.
5.
Then I accidentally wrote my answer for 6 and number 5.
All right, this is number 5.
Okay.
Okay.
All
All right,
You're
number
not going. You're not going with ones that jump out in my childhood. I'll say
All right, here
that.
comes
A lot
number
of these-
7.
Me neither.
Number 7 might make up for it.
I got this one.
So do I.
All right.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Well, I at least have the first and last one.
Yeah, me too.
All right,
I got
ready?
a lot of pens down.
Yeah. I got the first and last one. I don't think
Your
I got
pen
any
down,
of the other
David?
ones right. Yes, it's
And
down.
down.
It's
All right,
down.
here we go. Number 1. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Bret the Hitman Hart. All right,
Yep.
number 2. One of the best tag teams in the entire history of the WWE. The Pain and Destruction is their middle name. Demolition. Very good.
Demolition.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice.
Good for you.
Number
I got nothing.
Number 3. You ready for number
Honky
3?
Tonk Man.
I got my long sideburns. I got my hair slicked back. Call you to your town in a pink
Pink
Cadillac.
Cadillac. Honky Tonk Man.
He's a
I knew
honky
that
tonk
one.
man.
All right,
I'm
next
cool. I'm
one.
cocky. I'm buying. All right, that was the honky tonk man.
Next
all right,
one.
number 4. It's
Feature
interesting.
three
I
is
almost
great,
went
bitch.
with Dusty Rhodes' theme, but this is not Dusty.
Oh.
Number 4 is Coco Beware.
Oh, okay. All right. I
You
had
can
Coco
barely
later
hear the
on.
bird,
I just
bird,
threw-
bird in the back when you hear it. Like, look,
I
when
just
you hear
threw
Coco
a name
Beware.
out there.
What'd you put?
I put $1 Million Man.
Oh, there's no such
Okay.
thing as $1 billion man.
The billion,
$1 million.
$1 million. Okay.
Oh, million. See, I mentioned
Diaz is
Coco
laughing.
Beware at number 6. I put him and what was his tag team? Him and Owen Hart. What was their tag team name? I forgot. But
Yeah, weren't they the new foundation for a little bit because
Yeah.
after Anvil left. Yep.
yeah. All right, so I was wrong on that one. All right, number 5.
Number 5.
Tell me I got this one right. I hope I got this one right.
Knobs and Sad.
Oh, Nasty
The
Boys.
Nasty Boys.
You know, mind. I went so crazy off the beaten path. I put Akeem the African Dream. If you remember him at
yes.
all,
I almost put him too. I almost had him.
All right. Well,
I don't know who
I'm
that
hitting.
is.
I'm hitting duds right
One
now.
man gang went turned into Akeem.
Yeah, you should look him up, SPD. He was pretty funny.
I think I got
it's
this
cringe.
next one right.
It's cringe.
All right. Number
do.
6.
Rick
He's
Rude.
the second Intercontinental Champion that has ever been around. It is, of course,
Rick Rude.
I want all the ladies in AEW to keep the noise down.
I got it wrong. I put
Ravishing.
Owen
What
Hart.
I'd like to have right now is for all
Of course
you
you got that right.
fat, out of shape, Parsippany peons to keep the noise down while I take off my robe and show you what a real man looks like.
Rosie
Come
Rose.
on, hit my
Rosie
music.
Rose is going to be so proud of you for getting that right. Rosie Rose
Rick
is going to be
Rude,
so proud of
baby,
you for
got
getting
it.
that. Mine, I am so surprised you didn't drop you didn't do Diesel. You didn't do any
This
I'm
isn't going to be the
shocked.
first one, man. We got
right.
to really
I
test
like
it.
it.
Had to
I
go
like
deep.
it. All right, the last
This is
one, I think
fun.
we both got this one, SPD. What do you think?
Hey, yo.
Mankind.
Hey, yo. Mankind. Oh,
Nope.
I got it. It's Razor Ramon
I thought it was
Chico.
Mankind.
Hey, Chico.
See,
Mankind's-
the reason I put this as 7 is it does throw you off the first little
it does
car
have-
thing,
Yeah.
but then you hear there's the
Yeah. So
Dude,
Hey,
I
yo,
will always remember that theme song.
Yeah.
Like he would come out. Hey, Chico.
hey, Chico.
All right, SPD. How much
All
you
right.
get?
2.
I got +4. I made up the gap.
All right, so we're gonna count Trish Stratus. Counting Trish Stratus, where are we at?
I got 11. How many does SPD have?
Counting Trish Stratus.
I got 11 too.
Oh, that means we are at
SPD,
sudden
you
death.
know that is not you take it however you want it, SPD. Go ahead. I thought you were
I'm not the
you're
judge.
the baby face. You're doing a
not
roll
the
up
judge.
victory is what you're trying to do right now. That's
All
all
right.
you're trying to do. I see
No
how it is.
victory.
That's
why
what it
there's a
is.
He's
sudden
grabbing
death.
he's holding
All
the
right,
tights.
tiebreaker. All right,
He's holding the
tiebreaker.
tights. All right,
All
there it
right.
is. The tiebreaker. This is how it works. You don't have to write anything down. It's gonna be the first person to respond to name the wrestler. You're gonna because I've got a long. This is more than 5 seconds, but as soon as you know who the wrestler is, shout it out, and you get. And don't mute yourself though, SPD, because then you
Oh
can't.
yeah. Sorry.
Shut you.
Wrong
All right,
button.
there we go. This is as soon as you know who the wrestler is, shout it out, and you get the point. Here we go. Ready?
What genre are we in?
Any wrestler.
Is this Mankind?
Nope.
No, I got it.
Nope.
All right.
This is a
What
deep
is
cut.
this?
What company?
Is this RoboCop's theme song? What the hell is this?
Listen.
You gotta keep giving us clues the longer it is. Finn Balor.
This was his Ring of Honor theme song, but he played it in AEW once. He came out to it once.
Okay, that's a good clue.
CM Punk.
CM Punk is correct. This is his Ring of Honor theme song.
You don't deserve to win this anyway, SPD, you Trish Stratus son of a bitch.
I let you
I
win.
love it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I like that. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Clearly, my AEW, I need to study
Come
up
from
a little bit.
behind.
My God. Yeah, I love that game, and we got to do that more often. That's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Hey,
It's really
next
cool,
time
man.
I'll
Good
have a
job.
whole new set. There may be some Diesel. There may be some Shawn Michaels.
All right. You make it a little easier on
Maybe
SPD with the
Tatanka.
WWF Classics because he struggled with
Yeah,
that.
a little
one. I
bit more
needed that.
classic, like maybe the glass breaking, maybe
Yeah.
a
Oh
little
yeah. Oh, that's a tough one.
American.
Yeah,
Yeah, you need them that easy. I'll tell you what,
I'll
the
make
AEW
I
one
do.
got me bad.
Yeah, the
AEW
AEW
one
will
got
get
me
it.
bad.
But I thought you guys would get the Ogogo one though. Yeah,
SPD did.
I
got
did.
it. Yeah. Yep. You did a good job.
Right.
I need them. I need them very obvious, like the TH2 or DMD one. Apparently.
Well, I
My
couldn't have
gosh.
if you smell. Like, right after,
That's
Had
what
to do
SPD needs.
there were
That's
a
what he
couple
wants for his WWE attitude. Everyone.
There we
He wants
go.
him to be like that. The glass breaking. He
Yeah.
wants the Undertaker's
Next
gong.
Next time, I'm gonna do it I'll be the moderator for you two,
Okay.
since you guys
All
have,
right,
I
well,
think, much more.
I'll be honest. Yeah, the
Yeah,
WWF
next time.
Classic one, mine clearly has a deep cut. I'm proud of myself for getting Demolition. That was a tough one.
Yeah.
I was pretty proud of myself for getting that one. So, and I
Right,
can always
yeah,
hold
next-
over
next
Razor
time we
Ramon
do
over
it-
your head. I like that.
I'm gonna be the moderator, and I'll do the 3 categories, and I'll get us going for that. I already got some cool ones. I'm thinking of to my days owning the WWE volumes 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4,
dude, I
5,
used to
6, 7,
love
and all
those
that.
Yes.
CDs, dude. I used to
Right.
love those CDs, dude. I hear you, man. A lot of good cuts off of those.
I have a question. Does it count? Does WCW and ECW themes count as part of WWE?
We can do a WCW category and a WWE category, even.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I don't think
AEW.
if we threw ECW in, I think SPD would be like he didn't ever watch
I'd be
ECW,
lost,
so
probably.
I think he wouldn't.
I would
even
need
know.
like
He would
Sabu and RVD and
Well,
Dudley
yeah, I
Boys,
almost
like-
put RVD in.
Sandman's is really easy, right?
Yeah.
There's a couple that are super easy, but yeah, ECW would be tough. But I think WCW would count, and I think like there's a lot when SPD, like you mentioned, those out like CDs. I'm already going through like my head, all my favorites when I was in middle school, rocking out to those on the bus, dude. I love that album.
Oh, yeah.
Those
Are
outfits,
you
dude.
ready?
Love 'em.
Yeah, dude. Triple H is out.
After working hard on the indies and busting her tail to hone her character, could we finally be seeing women's wrestling's answer to MJF becoming all elite? I'm going to talk about the next possible big thing in Ring of Honor and AEW, and could be Athena's newest minion. Ring of Honor has been crushing it, especially its women's division, with Athena, the world champion, leading the pack. There have been several feuds and storylines that have been incredibly entertaining. One could argue the Ring of Honor women's division has been more entertaining and consistent than AEW's. However, the recent battle between Athena and Billy Starks, her minion in training who has graduated, it had the incredible blow-off main event of the Final Battle pay-per-view, where Billy Starks and Athena finally reconciled after an incredible match. But what's next? Athena needs a new minion. And I have the answer. Top tier, Jasmine Allure. Jasmine recently battled and lost to Abaddon on Collision, and at the Final Battle pay-per-view, fought and lost to Taya Valkyrie. However, this could be the beginning of something incredible for the Ring of Honor women's division. Any fan of independent wrestling, of women's wrestling, should know the name Jasmine Allure and know the character and why she calls herself top tier. She has been gaining heat left and right, including at a recent Mission Pro event where she not only turned down super fan turned wrestler Izzy Moreno's friendship bracelet, but actually became one of her biggest nemesis. Jasmine Allure is known to be for Team Jasmine. She has a history of stabbing friends in the back to achieve her goals and holds the record for the shortest title reign in Mission Pro. But she's a great worker and she's an even better heel character, which is why I think it works great to insert her into a storyline with Athena and Billy Starks. Mirroring the MJF with Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle storyline, have Jasmine ingratiate herself with Athena. Have Athena be impressed with her hard work, perhaps seeing a little bit of herself in Jasmine. But Billy Starks knows her history. Billy Starks is aware of Jasmine's backstabbing ways and tries to repeatedly warn Athena. But Athena dismisses Billy Starks' warnings as possible jealousy. Now that she's no longer the minion, Jasmine's getting the attention and perhaps getting a bit of favoritism in front of Billy Starks. The storyline continues where even Jasmine, when it's just alone with Billy Starks, calls her out and says better back off and issues some threats. You have a lot of fun with this. Have it culminate to the point where Billy Starks and Athena confront Jasmine in the ring. And just when we think Jasmine's going to get her final comeuppance, she says, just like MJF, I never wanted to be your minion because I've got minions of my own. And here come the Renegade Twins. Boom! 3-on-2 beatdown. Renegade Twins and Jasmine Allure beat Billy Starks and Athena, and it looks bleak. And then you can bring in Willow Nightingale, or you could bring in Thunder Rosa. There's a number of third parties you could bring in to take their side. Now you've got this 3-on-3 feud, and now Jasmine would solidify herself as our new favorite scumbag. Of course, that's just my take. Who do you think about the Ring of Honor Women's Division? Who do you think should be the next minion for Athena? And how are you familiar with Jasmine Allure's top-tier ring work? Let me know in the comments. And of course, until then, keep it too sweet.